Started kind of late today, sorry about that. I am going to work on some stuff that I was working on the other day. Basically, this hand, I'm not like happy with how it's going, so I'm gonna just redo a bunch of it. So I want it to fit on this thing, and it's not quite working out. So I'm gonna start by just breaking off a bunch of this Apoxie Sculpt. It's not working quite how I expected. I mean, it's good, it's just not, it's too bulky right now. So I think I'm just gonna, instead of using this wire mesh, I think I'm just gonna build this up with just the Apoxie Sculpt instead. So I'm just, actually I should use this because it's more dull. So I just want to break all this off and start over again. Okay, I'm just gonna trash all this because I can't really do anything with it now. Actually, I'm gonna give this a quick wipe down. Okay. So this was you can see here it's like much wider than like this hand, and like that's okay, but it's not okay. That's the right one, but it's not like ideal. That's still the wrong side. So this is the correct one. So I want it to kind of blend more, and then I'll build up like a cuff around this instead. So I'm just gonna grind this down. Let's see, did my Spotify just die? No, okay. Okay, let's see, so, I want to get it down to be more parallel to like the width of the forearm first, and then I'm going to build up from there. I really need to refactor my space so this cord isn't coming over from my left. It's okay if I chew this up a little bit because it having a rougher surface is good anyway. Just from what I was chipping off before, this stuff does seem to get pretty hard, so it's a lot faster to use this tool than to try to do that all manually, even though it makes a hell of a mess. Okay. Oops. Okay, so I want to work on just the width here. So like the inner part is like fairly close, but this outer part is this all needs to be carved down, and then underneath. So it's kind of like here and here is where it's like too wide. Actually, this thing's all covered in dust. And it's fine if it goes like thinner, because I'm going to build it back up anyway. Because I want it to be generally like flush with the edge of the arm. Okay. Let's check this real quick. So it's quite closer. This can actually come down more. I think the initial way I was building it up, trying to use those like fins as a guide, and then the wire mesh just ended up making it like overall too big. So I realized I just had to grind it down and build it back up like in layers instead of trying to put on a bunch of extra stuff. It also like was coming up to the edge of the arm, so you couldn't really even turn it, which defeats the purpose of having the part on here. Yeah, so it should be roughly the same, you know, width around. Like this isn't a circle, but it doesn't need to be. But then like the cuff shouldn't come right up to the arm, because if it's too far, like if this fin came way back and you turn it, it's gonna like stop here. Not that you can bend your hand like this, but still. Okay. Let's see. I need to put some deeper score marks in than I had before, because I don't think they were enough for this stuff to. I mean, it clearly like gripped on, but I think it could be a little bit better. It didn't want to stick initially, and I don't want to wait 2 days to come back and work on the sculpt part of it. Let's see if I can just carve some ruts in with this. Yeah, sometimes if it's not set, like, it still shakes a little bit, but that's fine. Unless I just want to roughen this up so it adheres better. Not worry about blending it and sculpting in more accurate like muscle tone and stuff later. I mean, it's supposed to be kind of like a glove, so I don't know how much muscle is really even going to be added to it. Probably just enough to make it blend into the upper arm. Yep, that's not an optimal direction. Alright, that'll have to be good enough. Attach this part when this is a bit more secure. I just want to make sure that it's like the alignment is good on it as I go. Get out some glovies. I need to mark this so I know which side is out. Okay. So I'm going to use Apoxie Sculpt. Just start with a small amount, so I can always mix up more later. Definitely wouldn't buy black again. It's fine, it's just it can be too difficult to see detail. That's not the right amount. Probably get like a beige or something next time. I think this was all that I bought this at a Blick art store, and this was the only color that they had. Okay. Need to get some lubricant. This stuff doesn't seem to interfere with the clay's ability to stick to stuff, or the putty, or whatever this stuff is. I do kind of wish it set up a little bit faster than it does, but whatever. So I'll just start with putting on like a layer. A thin layer, try to spread it out, because then it'll be easier to build up on it, because it'll stick to itself. The gloves definitely make it a little difficult. Random cat hairs. Because when you have animals, their hair gets in everything. Alright, so... trying to just kind of press it into the surface. I want to get like a thin layer, a thin layer across like all the stuff that I ground off. This was like still kind of a fin, so I want to use that as like a loose guide for how like tall this should be, because I do want it to extend past the edge of this arm a little bit, so I'm trying to make like a cuff. Sorry, it's a little chilly here today, so I got a space heater and it's getting a little too warm. So I had to go adjust it. I haven't sculpted as much as I would have liked over the years, so it's definitely like I'm kind of learning as I go. So I have like an idea of what I want to make here, and I have to try to see how well I can make it match the thing inside my brain. I might end up having to just build this up kind of crudely and then grind it down later. I'm not sure how easy this stuff's going to be to work with, since this is the first time I'm really using it. Oh, this project, I mean, not this tonight, not today. Alright, there, I can get my texts up so I can keep track of those conversations as well, better than I have been in the past. Okay. Let's see. Kind of check the size. Yeah, so it's, I guess I could have glued that thing in. Maybe I'll do that so that these all kind of cure together. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot on this particular piece. So I have to wait for it to, just wait for this to cure and come back to it later. like different ways you can approach sculpting. You can take it from like an additive point of view where you like build it up in small layers, or just build it up in layers, or you can do like reductive where you have like a bigger mass and then you carve that down. However, whether you're doing it like post cure or piling on a lot of clay and then scraping it away. And there's neither like right or wrong. It's just whatever you prefer. If you think of like classic sculptors like Michelangelo, right? He started with like a block of marble and then carved away. So he was like trying to expose the shape inside, so to speak, as opposed to trying to build it up. I think I will try to glue this thing down. Maybe I should leave it attached and then glue it, because then like the depth is right, as opposed to possibly setting it too low. So I could do it like that. Still a little loose. I'm gonna need to add like another shim to it. I want to also do a test cast in this mold in a little while, once I get this to a point where I feel I can't really make too much more progress on it for a while. This stuff has such a long cure time, I thought I would just start with this. And I needed to undo some of the stuff that I had done and kind of start over. So I wanted to work on that. I wanted to work on this yesterday, but I just wasn't able. The schedule just didn't allow. This might be too thick. Just looking for any like scrap plastic I could use. Yeah. This thing always has like build up I gotta cut off. So I store it upside down. Of course, now it's right side up, so it's probably pointless. Alright. Just let these sit for a while. I've got some other parts off to the side here. I cut this disc, I think it was last session or maybe after. So I'm going to do the same thing. I feel like this isn't working, so I'm just going to pull this all off and build it up more slowly. It's just like too wide. It doesn't really work with the part size. So I have this guy here I was using to test fit it, and like it kind of works. So these gloves are slick, so like there's kind of enough clearance, but it's also like a little too wide. It works better on the feet than it did on the arms, but I still feel like I should cut some of this away so that there's less like bulk on the outside here. But I'm kind of just making it up as I go, so I don't really know what the right quote-unquote way is. A lot of this is just me making it up as I go. Okay. So I want to do a test cast of this. Hey Fluffy, how's it going? I started a little late today. I was trying to figure out some things and just got behind. I was just doing some updating on this. I pulled off all the wire mesh and I'm gonna just sculpt it manually, I guess. And I'm gonna do a test cast of this mold I made the other day. I think I need to like add some stuff to the outside because it's pretty thin here, but it should be okay for this initial test cast. I have like these clunky horizontal sliding windows, and they don't even sit in the track very well, so they're kind of a pain in the ass. I'm good overall, Fluffy. I'm just trying to catch up mostly. I spent a lot of time thinking about stuff I could do with all the stuff I got from the box you sent, so that was pretty exciting. And like, you know, it turns into kind of a time sink. It's just the nature of like, you know, brewing and building. Lots of ideas to like think through. Alright, let's see. I think these things were, look at my last set, it was 10. So I'll probably do like 16, I think. I'll just use this stuff I was using before. Alright, can't remember if these were 10 mLs each. So I guess I'm just going to mix up 20 mLs and go from there. Yeah. Alright, so where are my syringes at? Alright. Gotta put on my respirator so I don't destroy my lungs. So I'll be a little muffled. I'll try to just talk a little louder. Okay. So I'll just start with this. So I'm going to draw 10. See, that seems like more than 10, right? That's probably fine now. So I gotta clean this real quick. Yeah, just gotta clean all the stuff in between because this resin will like build up in here and make these unusable. Like a lot of people just pour it in a cup and mix it, but I do everything the hard way, so So I inject it. Alright, done with that. That's drying. I'll add a little dye to it. This resin's semi-transparent, so it'll come out this like smoky pea color if I don't dye it. I'll just use this is like my go-to for all these test casts, because I just have this big bottle, so everything is some shade of orange. And a little goes a long way, so I don't use very much. Try to get it mixed consistently so there's no streaking or anything. The only downside of these beakers is like dye and stuff getting stuck in the measurements on the side. It's a little annoying. But they're nice because I can see like everywhere that I've missed. So it's a trade-off. Alright. So that one's good. Alright, I gotta prime the pressure tank. It should be dry enough. I just sprayed mold release on it to help the prevent the resin from sticking to the silicone. Just like dust and stuff that collects on it. Make sure it's like seated right. And then I'll put it between these just to try to keep it like, okay, that's enough. Try to keep it like mostly together. I had some rubber bands here, hang on a second. Alright. I don't really want to squeeze it, I just want to keep them together. Like it's a little thin here, so when it squeezes it'll like kind of open there, and that's not really what I want. So I gotta work on that. I could probably add some silicone to this side to thicken it so that it doesn't like move like that. I've also got some thin pieces I could put on here. So I could just do that instead. So I can put a thicker piece here. I don't have like exact fit parts, so I just gotta try to see which ones are close. So I guess we'll do that. It's like I don't have to seal this, it's already sealed. I just want to keep the general shape intact. I don't want like any barriers, so like those can all lay flat, that'd be great. Cause like, now it like buckles a little bit, but not as much because there's some resistance. Alright, and again, this is like really just keeping the basic shape of the mold. It's not like really doing anything as far as holding it together or anything or whatever. Okay, so then I need this syringe so I can get 10 mLs of the other half. Need my little helpers. So I'll just draw 10 of this. Try to get these air bubbles out. This is like it's a AB, like 50% mix, so you want to be pretty close to how much you need, which is why I use these syringes. Because if it's like over or under, you may not get the right amount, and it might be too soft or not set up right. So just inject this into here. Clean this really quick, because the stuff in the yellow jugs is really the stuff that like reacts to oxygen. So as soon as like it's exposed, it wants to start like setting up. So anything that gets left in here can like harden inside the syringe, and then like shorten the amount of time that I can, you know, use it as a tool. And these are like medical science syringes, so they're like probably supposed to be like one and dones. But I mean, I'm not like, you know, injecting medicine or anything, so I can get away with using these over and over again. Basically just till they're too, there's too much like corrosion or buildup on them. And, you know, eventually toss them. Alright, now I have another syringe somewhere. Of course, now I can't find it, which is the worst time to lose it. Alright, here we go. I gotta mix this up real quick. Like all these stuff, you gotta mix it like thoroughly, so that it reacts properly. Try not to splash it, which I've done too many times.
Yeah, a lot of people use like paper cups and stuff and wooden stirrers. I just find like these beakers and using silicone spatulas just to be, they're just better because that's what they're kind of designed for. Alright, so let's draw this up. Try not to get too much air in it. Inevitably get some. And then just inject this and, oh shit, I think I forgot to cut some holes in it. Oh well. So this might backfire. Yeah. So rookie mistake. Been doing that a lot lately. So there's I have like things in here that are reservoirs where like excess resin, it pushes the air out, but because like I forgot to cut them totally out, it flowed between the halves and then came up the other side. So it still kind of worked, just not really like how it's supposed to. So I'm just gonna overfill it. And then I guess I can use up the rest. Try to anyway. So it's good to have like extra mold you can just kind of use. Well, that didn't totally fill it, but at least it's not going to be totally wasted. So now I'm just going to put these in the pressure tank and turn that on, and we'll see what happens in a half hour. So, like, I shouldn't make mistakes like that at this point, but I've got a lot of stuff in my mind. I'm trying to like think about the stuff I am working on, stuff I need to work on, and then just like life stuff. So sometimes I screw up and forget something I shouldn't. But it's fine overall. It will be fine. Okay, thank you. I try to act like I know what I'm doing, and every now and then, it's I reveal that I don't really know what I'm doing. I just try not to make too many mistakes. That's fine. Everybody screws up. Even the pros. Not that I'm a pro, just people who are pros. Just gotta clean this stuff out before it starts to get hard. Like, I could chip it out later, but it takes a lot longer than it seems like it would. I find it's easier just to clean it out while it's like still a liquid. So gotta do a couple passes on this to get most of it off. Shit, of course it's on the table too. Of course it's on the table. Okay, so I just use the one thing. Sometimes I use like more than one container for the resin, and I have to like have more stuff to clean up, but that's pretty straightforward. This will just cure into like scrap I can use later. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, it isn't. Cleaning's not exciting, but it's necessary.
I'm gonna take that mask off now. Okay. What else can I work on? So I've always got something that needs to be done. This is going to take like an hour at least before I can really do anything with it. So is it 3? I can revisit that at 4. This stuff takes 60 minutes to cure. So we'll come back to this in an hour. Well, in that same hour, we'll go and open that mold and see how that's going. Or how that cast is going. Some other stuff I gotta redo. I was working on these legs, trying to reset these joints. There's the other one. So I need to finish this stuff. This will fit. No, it's the wrong foot. I drop things constantly with these gloves on. So like, these are the same hard plastic, so I can't really snap them together because I will probably break this peg off trying to pull them apart. So I have to mostly just kind of look at placement. But that seems fine. So I gotta, this is like higher than the edge, so I gotta build this all up. So I'll probably just use the Apoxie Sculpt because it's a little easier to work with. Because I'm both like filling space, and then I'm gonna smooth the edge into like the rest of the leg later. I guess I'll just make extra because I've got 2 I need to do. That's probably too much actually. Yeah, whatever. I can use it. It's probably a little too much. Trying to just get the rough, like, same amount. That looks good. I got this. Like, these have silicone in them already. They're ball sockets that are sometimes difficult to mold. It's a bowl that wants to trap air. So I was filling them with excess resin or silicone I used to fix a previous mold, which should bond to silicone I use like later to build the rest of the mold. In theory. These goddamn gloves are like just a little too loose. My hand gets sweaty underneath. Gross. Gross. Alright, so just gonna fill this space first. So I can just use all of it. Yeah. So I guess I'll just get like a... Shit, I should actually score this like I did the other thing because this outer part is kind of slick. The white area. These glove sockets, it's like you have butter coated hands. You know, someone on a previous stream had suggested using sandpaper instead of like a knife to put the score marks down, that it might be a little better, and yeah, that was a little bit easier. Don't want it inside that. Doesn't like, it's supposed to stick to everything, but it doesn't exactly stick to everything. Except my hands, it sticks to those really well. So this is looking better. It's like more level with this joint with a socket. I'd like to get it to be maybe a little bit taller, because then I can sand it down to even it out. It's still like kind of rounded, which isn't what I want. And I can't really square it with my fingers, but I would like to get it to be at least the same height all around, even if it's like bulged up. Okay, that works better. Nope, don't come off. Thanks. Goofy little screwdrivers, like another thing that I use just frequently. Like my Dell X-Acto, it's become kind of a multi-tool of sorts. So it like slopes down on the back here. Trying to just like eyeball it and see if it's the same like height. That's all I'm really trying to do here. I'm not too concerned about detail. I just want the surface to be kind of level with that, the top of this socket part, and then to be kind of squared off. Like it doesn't need to be. I'll like refine it later, but if I can get it like most of the way there now, that would be ideal. That's better. It's probably not like exactly level, but I don't really want anything inside here. So I don't, and I screwed it up. God damn it. Get it, then goof it. Okay. I could could probably just build it up more later if it's like off a little bit. That looks good. Set this guy aside. Do the same to this. Clip off some of this. Oof. That could have been real painful because this blade is new. I don't think you came here to see me maim myself, but you know, I don't know you. Alright. Roughen up the surface. This one's set a little farther in, so I don't have to do quite as much on this side. Really just start with filling these gaps. I'll just pile it on kind of quick and then I'll go back and smooth it out. That's too much. Yeah, I definitely don't need that out there forever. Me maiming myself. I don't think anyone came here for the blood and guts. Alright, see if I can smooth this thing out. That's not, definitely not enough. That's what I'm here for. Sculpting clay and whatnot. Minor ramblings. Really just trying to smooth this thing out. There we go. Let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna try to just oh shit. God damn it. Like trying to get this thing like kind of slick, but it's still, this stuff is a little more tacky than I expect it to be. So I'm not kidding that it sticks to everything. Alright, I guess that doesn't need to be. I don't need to worry about smoothing this stuff out now because I think I might just goof it up more if I do. So I'll try to just, there's a couple little spots here that I want to smooth over. Yeah. It is a bit of a crime scene there. A little bit of hackery. Now I'm just here trying to paste the dead back together. Yeah, I'm trying to level out this bottom part here. And it's kind of cooperating, kind of not. Ah, dang it. It's so tacky. It's almost like bait and tacky. Alright, I'm going to leave that the way it is for now. Just leave those guys over there to sweat for a little bit. Let's see. So I'm going to do the same thing to this. I'm just going to pull this all off. So I'm not happy with it. This wasn't going the way I wanted to, so I'm just gonna build this all up by hand instead of using the screen. It kept like breaking off, so didn't feel very secure to like try to build on top of. No. So now I'll just strip the flesh, salt the wound. So I'm going to try to spread like a thin film on here, kind of what I did here. I just want to put a base layer that I can build up. I think if I build it up a little at a time, it'll be a little easier to work with. I would love gloves that fit exactly right. These like are definitely too loose. If anybody knows where to get better fitting gloves, I'm all ears. I just got mine from a home health aid supply store, I guess. home health supply store back in Buffalo. I assume they all slip a little bit when you wear them, when you're trying to work on something precise. This side needs to be scored a bunch. So I'm gonna carve it up. Hey Cap, how's it going? I'm not too bad. Just doing a little bit of re-sculpting work on some parts here. I got a cast in the pressure tank, so we'll see what that looks like in half an hour or so. Oh, you need me to keep you awake? I'll see if I can help you with that. What do you need to stay up for? Ah, I see. Well, hopefully it works out and you get it for a good dealio. Ah, I see. I mean, that makes sense considering like the headaches you were dealing with. Nice. I'm not too familiar. I don't buy graphics cards, but you know, I'll trust your judgment that that's a good one. Alright. That's a decent base there. That sounds good then. If it's better than what you were already going to buy, then it's probably worth it. Yeah, we were like debating whether to buy another 4K monitor for if we buy a second Xbox or just to use like a 1080p one we have. It's obviously cheaper just to use what we've got, but yoish, that's a lot. Well, it's a lot to me. But if it's an investment, you shouldn't need to get another one for a while, like you said, so in a roundabout way, you're probably saving yourself money like later. I definitely run all my technology into the ground. Like if I buy this, I'm not going to buy it again for like until this thing dies. Sounds like Fluffy knows a little bit more than I do about this particular card. I only have a laptop, so there's not a whole lot of graphics card buying for that. I don't even have the budget to like upgrade a PC, even if I wanted a PC game. Most of my money goes into this, or Magic, which is the other game I actually play with regularity. Yeah, this is all very out of my element. So you guys can hammer that one out. Well, that's the leg that I had, so I guess I'll check it on this guy. Yeah, I'll probably have to... that's a good start, though. Hey, buddy. One of my cats came to visit. I don't know if he's gonna make an appearance on camera or not. Hopefully not, because then that means he's on my desk. I thought you might be, Splinters. Yeah, he just left, so maybe later. If the other one comes up here, he'll surely get up on my lap and try to eat everything on the desk. He thinks everything is food. I mean, it's a good philosophy to have if you're a cat. I can't like take a step toward the kitchen. Yeah, he didn't end up coming up on my onto my chair, but that might happen later. Usually I have the door closed, so that can't happen, but it's open today. I've bathed this one a couple of times because he goes outside and rolls around in the dirt, well, the sand dirt as we have here in the desert, and then he comes back in, and I have to like take him up in the bathtub and rinse him off, otherwise he gets it everywhere. He is a monster. Ugh. That should look pretty awesome, Cap, from what you've described. I'm like pretty interested to see it. Cause like I used to mess around in 3D like years ago, so I know like ray tracing, but it's only in like still renders, not in real time. So I haven't seen like real time ray tracing yet. Oh, it's only a 6-second delay for you today? That's good. I've been trying to get my Ethernet connection to work, and... Ah, okay. And I can't get my, I'm using like a power over Ethernet thing, and it hasn't been connecting, so I gotta mess around with it. I've got it plugged into a power strip, which is probably the issue. Oh, that's good. Hopefully, I mean, I made some changes like last week, I think, and I don't know, maybe Cox's network is just running better out here now. Just trying to get this like rough shape, so I have something to build off of when it like dries. Ugh, damn it, come on. It keeps like pulling away when I squeeze it. Squoze it. Alright, I guess that'll have to be good for now. So I got 20 minutes till that mold is done. I guess I'll just work on this one. So I gotta get this all done eventually. I'm really trying to make like progress on new parts too. Oh my god. I just need to get this thing like roughened up. This resin is nothing seems to want to stick to it, which is kind of annoying. I have trouble even getting super glue to stick to this stuff. Alright, that should be good to start with. I'm dropping literally everything today. Alright, that looks good. Oh, I with your emote there, I was reminded that I did add that BTTV. I added some of the shared emotes. I haven't like made any of my own yet, and I did turn rating on. Now that I know what it is, so. Better T, what is it? Better TTV? I don't know what the doggo is. You have to send me like a screenshot or something. I searched for BTTV. It took me to Better T. Okay, I'll have to look for that one. I didn't actually know that was a trigger, like, text. I'm still a Twitch newbie. I don't know a lot of things. I'll look for it over the weekend and see if I can find it and add it. Cause I just like went down the list. Nice. I'm trying. Yeah, I'll look for it tomorrow and see if I can find it. And if so, then I'll add it. When I have some time, I'll probably try to make some too. I gotta think about what that'd even be. Nice. I don't think I've actually ever played a game with Wario in it. I'm very like back on my Nintendo games. I really want to get a Switch, but I don't have the money for it. Well, I don't even know what I would play on it, honestly, other than like Breath of the Wild. So I need to finish the games I have. I haven't even done that yet. I'm a terrible gamer. Well. Yeah, waiting down an auction is like the worst. It's like, I just want to know. I hate, like, I was looking at stuff last night briefly, and when I was talking to a friend, and there's, like, stuff that's super low, but I'm like, oh, it's 6 days. This is going to be expensive by the time it closes. Yeah, all I do anymore is, like, I just set a max bid. I'm just like, fuck it. If I get it, I get it, and if not, whatever. Because I can't, like, stress about it. Because I'll just check it, like, constantly. What else can I work on? Did those guys. I guess I can just build up this face a little bit. Oh yeah, yeah. You're still trying to get set up before 2077 comes out. Actually, what am I doing? I need to set eyeballs into this thing. I should have glued those in first. Oh well, guess not. Guess we'll just build around it instead. Come back to it later. Really need like a better base head I can use. This thing is like not quite right. I guess I can try to fix it with this sculpt. Yeah, I'm pretty leery of like buying off any site that isn't like known in some way. For that reason. So if that's the jaw, right? I'm always like concerned that it's some fucking phishing website or something. Yeah, I've seen that too. Copying ads and I saw some stuff for like, so Fluffy will understand this. That set, Commander Legends, right? I was looking on eBay a while back when I was still like debating if I could afford it before I realized no. And there was a couple of sellers from like China or something, and they had the box listed for like, it was like $5, but then the shipping was like $190. This is for the collector box. So it was like objectively lower than everything else, but I'm like, this has to be a scam. Like I don't see how that's like a legit price. So I actually reported all of them because I wasn't sure. It didn't seem like it could possibly be legit. So I'm always like wary of buying stuff, anything like kind of expensive on eBay. Alright, so I really just want like a triangular shape here. I need like a better basic head than I've got. It's like the first one I sculpted is fine, just to have something. But it's not like that great. So I need something better. Something better. It looks like I have some idea of how to sculpt. Yeah, that head is all kinds of crooked. Yeah, getting out of the upgrade cycle is nice. That's, I don't know, that's part of what like I kind of get away from with desktops is like having to upgrade stuff. I know it's like more cost effective than a laptop, but I also enjoy the portability of a laptop, so that's partially why like I just don't really do. Oh my god, I gotta stop doing that. Oh, it's fine. I I don't think you're really keeping anyone else from talking, so I wouldn't worry about it. No, it's about as far as I can go on that thing right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't either. That's why, um, that's just why I have a console. It's just easier for me personally. So this head's like a little better than the other ones I have. It's hard to see. I'm trying to like build up the facial features. So how's this guy coming along? It's almost been an hour. It's not really tacky anymore, but it's still kind of soft. I guess I can shape it a little easier without it like pulling apart. Shit. Or not. Alright, so it's not really stable yet. My bad. Yeah, that's fair if you like are concerned about having to like fix stuff, and like you said, you're buying peripherals that are better, and it makes more sense. Because like, I mean, I know a console's not the same, but it's the same in the way that like I don't take it anywhere, right? It's like just for my use at home, so it's I'd rather just have like dedicated hardware for that. Okay, so that's looking better. Still a little thin on that side. Yeah, I should be here for 2 more hours. That's the idea anyway. It helps me get stuff done if I like commit to the 4 hours, you know, instead of like just leaving like whenever. So I plan to be here for at least 2 hours. Alright, this guy needs... I gotta cut this guy off too, so I guess I'll start with this one. Well, if so, we're here. Alright, let's see. So this guy... Oh, yeah. Probably not. Yeah, I've been trying to, like... I go over sometimes, but I've been trying to, like, use 6 as, well, the 4 hours as, like, you know, the close-up time. But I might run over a little bit. Just depends what I'm doing. That's crooked, so we're not doing that. This doesn't seem to draw. And maybe we'll get lucky. And they did. Or they set their max bids lower. I guess it'll just be a little longer. Sorry, it's one of those moments where I get like quiet because I'm trying to make sure this line is straight. It doesn't start to curve. It's less like adjustments I have to do. Alright, should be good. Alright, so let's see this guy. What's the size of these like? Trying to get a rough like comparison here. Alright, they're close enough. This one's a little bit thinner, so I'll have to build that one up. I'm gonna, so these will get molded, so then I'll cast them in like, I'll cast these in like a base color, and then I might paint them later. I'm not really that far. Like, I expect I'll have to paint them at some point. So, probably in the future, yes. Well, right now, no. Yeah, so like these things I'm working on here, I'll make molds of these new parts, and then I can tint the plastic to be like, you know, whatever color I want. And then if there's like details, like say I want to put, you know, stripes on the back of this or whatever, then I would have to paint that stuff on. Actually, I want to mark this before I do this. No, the joints will be they'll all be plastic. Like this will, when I remold this will all be the same piece. It'll be like this. So it'll have like the peg integrated. So they'll be like this guy, right? He's like he actually has different colored arms. This is just stuff I have sitting around. So like that's his arm. And then that's his other arm. So like I designed this guy to be like this color scheme. Yeah. Yeah, but eventually I'll have to paint stuff. I was actually talking to Master Sabretooth. We were talking about using stencils. So like a mask you can put on to then just like airbrush on, you know, the detail as opposed to having to hand paint it every time. So that's like a possibility. Because that's how they do it in like a factory. They use a stencil. Just trying to get this like, it's hard. I need like a third hand. Oh my god, come on. I might actually have a third hand. Hang on. I got these little guys. I usually use this stuff for when I'm oh, I don't want to crush it though. Fuck. Oh, whatever. I'll just have to be fast. Alright, so then the center is like kind of there. Shit. Let's see, 407, so this thing might be done. Still too soft. That's where they were trying to sell to like an industrial crowd. Because typically that stuff's like super expensive. I remember when I used to like do 3D, and to get like a pro 3D card it was like thousands of dollars, and this was in like the early 2000s. I can only imagine how expensive like a pro card would be now. It's funny, I never thought of a video card as like something people would collect, but I guess you can collect anything really. Yeah, there's probably like a lot of cards that are really similar. Like they live in a similar space spec-wise. And like, unless you need like a very specific feature, you know, a cheaper one's probably more than adequate compared to like a more expensive one. Let's see. I need a snappy plug. Oh, this is the hard plastic, that's why it doesn't fit. I need to try a different one. Yeah, that fits pretty well. Yeah, that makes sense. I just make typos all the time. I'm constantly cursing at my phone because I'm typing it wrong. How else are you gonna type when I'm on my phone? I mean, I guess I do technically have a Bluetooth keyboard I could attach. I have like a little one I use sometimes. It's a software keyboard. I've gotten better at it over the years. I like that they finally added the swipe thing to iPhones, which is nice. I used Google's for a while. It worked okay. That's the way to do it, Fluffy. You're just like, whatever. I'm just gonna suggest stuff and let it fill it in. I tend to just be too impatient with autocorrect. I don't like give it a chance to learn, like, weird spellings of things and slang. I just get mad when it replaces it. Which is really my fault. I don't know. I don't mind it too much. I like let the phone do the work for me if I can. I'll just be lazy for a minute. Nope, that's not gonna work. Is that gonna work? No, I need to flip it over. Flipadelphia. Oh, I could see that. When it's like correcting to a different language, I can see that being really frustrating. Alright, let's see, where are we? Yeah, hasn't been a lot of time yet. So if I put this here, oh, that doesn't work. No, it doesn't. Alright, so I gotta carve that down. Yeah, I think I've just gotten too impatient for auctions anymore. Not yet. I haven't been at the computer much the last couple of days. Well, yesterday. My my partner had a little medical procedure done, so she was feeling kind of crummy afterward. So we mostly just hung out because she was feeling kind of down. Maybe. There's like lots of cool other makers out there. Oh my god, this is so like dull, low contrast. I can't even see the edge. There's a cool YouTube channel I found like years ago. I don't know like who the guy is. I assume he's like an anthropology professor or something in probably like New Zealand. But it's called the Primitive Technology Channel, and it's this guy that like goes into the woods and he builds stuff out of like nothing. It's pretty interesting. He's built like he builds like different types of like huts and stuff and lean-tos and whatnot, but then he also builds weird stuff like he built a kiln. It was like casting metal. It was crazy. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out too. It's tough, like, when I'm, like, not streaming, so, like, the days in between, I'm either, like, working on stuff that I, need to get done for, like, for this, or I'm, like, making graphics, or, like, posting stuff on social media. I'm, like, doing other shit, so it's tough. I, like, want to make time to check out more stuff, but, like, I've only got, so much time. So I just, like, add stuff to a list that I'll maybe get to at some point. And I feel like, crappy being like, oh, eventually, but that's just the reality of it. Yeah, as soon as I finish this, before it, like, disappears out of the chat, I'll write it down. I got one of my little papers here with all my suggestions on it. Come on. Props and stuff. God damn it. Still too big. Too small. Yeah. Oh well. Can we rotate that maybe? That's always a bonus when they're cool. Yeah, alright, so I gotta make this bigger. Oh, I can make this smaller too. It might be easier. Yeah, it seems like with a little bit of prop making stuff that I've seen from, like, cosplayers and whatnot, that there's always, like, they're always making molds of stuff. Because, like, you figure you're, like, the one you sculpt or whatever, or you make for your costume is probably not, like, that sturdy, so it makes sense to make a mold of it and make something more durable. Where is my gray file? There you are. Buried. That's where. You can never tell which is the rough side. Hopefully soon. Oh, believe me, dude. I want to have it done as much as you want to see it. Because, like, it's just, like, all this anticipation that builds, even while I'm making stuff. I'm just like, I just want to see it. I want to be done so I can see it. So I'm right there with you. Oh, Bad Dragon? No. I thought it was just, you're making a joke. I don't know all the things, okay? Okay. I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility, I guess. I don't know, my partner might not mind. She might be into that. One of the ones that I use is food safe. So I assume that's also like bodily safe. The stuff I'm using right now, I don't think it is. But I do have one that is like food safe. It's not the first time someone suggested that. I mean, not the dragon specifically, but, you know, adult toys, so to speak. I really don't want to carve through the corner of this. This thing is taking like forever. Oh, finally. Jesus. Still not quite there though. Nope, that one works. Okay, so let's see. Hey, I'm sure there's a market for that. Apparently, a lot of artists, like illustrators, apparently doing like furry, like erotic furry illustrations is like a big part of their income. And they're like, yeah, I just do this for money because people pay for it, so. Yeah, I mean, I believe it. I've read enough like artists saying the same thing. They're just like, yeah, it's a thing that I do because people want it and they want to pay for it. So, all right. So this is the top. We'll put a little T on it. We'll make this the top. Yeah, I mean, I believe it. Oh, I don't even know what the damn top is. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I mean, if it does, like, how do you argue with it, right? So that's the top. I'm not there yet, but I mean, I guess you never know, right? Okay, so that's the top. Could probably be a little bit bigger. Which side is not fitting here? Is it around the corners in this thing? Maybe that's what it is. I guess you gotta get it from somewhere, right? So, just gotta find an artist who's like, doesn't mind. Yeah, I mean, that's like part of the issue with like art too. I mean, I love art and support artists, and I'm an artist, and but it's like there's a lot of us out there, so it's hard. You got to be doing something, you know, unusual or unique to get the attention. Because like I found that just like drawing stuff, there's so many artists that like getting a million followers, like it's cool, but it doesn't necessarily do anything for you. So like, you know, my like what I'm doing is like a lot more niche. So I figure like if people are following me, they actually like this dumb shit, and it's not just like, oh, that's pretty. I mean, that's probably part of it because I like plenty of stuff and follow plenty of artists that I can't really buy any of their stuff, but I can still appreciate it, I guess. Alright, so this is the top. This is the top. Yeah, that's probably about as good as that fit's gonna get. And once it's glued, it's probably fine. So I guess I'll put the ruts in it and glue it. I'm like surprised at the amount of artists that have like a Patreon, and where it's like basically just all like porn. I follow this woman who's like, I think she's Austrian, I'm not totally sure. And she was doing all these like, you know, various illustrations and stuff, but then she started a Patreon, and all her, pretty sure her whole Patreon is just like naked ladies, so. I guess whatever works for you. Whatever pays the bills. Yeah, she used to do all this like pictures of herself and artist outfit of the day and all this other stuff, but it's pretty much all shifted to like she posts some sketches and then like links to her Patreon. Yeah, later I'll save the OnlyFans for the line of figures that have the big dongs. It'll be like, you can buy the regular ones in my store, or you can go to Patreon and buy the fat dong ones. I mean, I probably shouldn't joke. That's probably like legit. There's probably a market for it. Yeah, right, Fluffy? Like, I'm probably missing the boat here by not just going straight to like tentacles and dongs. God damn it. Alright, that'll have to be good. Yeah. Oh, I have an idea. I just don't know if I'm ready to go there yet. Yeah, I don't either, but I know there's obviously like a huge fan base out there for it. Let's see how this is doing. This just might not get any harder, so maybe I can pull this. Alright, I'm gonna drain that tank and we'll see how that looks. Where's my... this, okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'm like missing an opportunity by not just going straight to it, but I also don't really, you know, I've got a pretty small following, so I don't think I've really got the gas to push down that road. Tipping your hat there, Fluffy? Yeah, I'd almost have to have like a separate like brand that's just kind of cross-linked. Like you could find it from like my store or something. But like I'm real far away from getting to that point where I have like enough fans to worry about, you know, having to go down another path. Alright, let's see how bad these came out. So this was the overflow one, right? So let's take a look at that. Yeah, if I got enough customers where I like didn't have to worry about anything else, I probably wouldn't care. Yeah, I was reading about that she yeah, ran out of silicone here. Or not silicone, but resin. And all the like dopes that like bought her bath water and all that crap. I mean, yeah, she's like obviously attractive, but she also seems like a loon. Where the fuck are my tweezers? I put them away, that's why. She alright? Yeah, I'm not quite the aficionado to quite get the whole like what a gayo face or whatever it is. I don't know how to say it, so but you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's all a show, right? So it is basically fake. I mean, the act isn't, but you know, she's selling an idea, which is fine. Yeah, well, there's a lot of real a lot of real hungry dudes out there, so it doesn't really surprise me. Alright, I gotta clean this thing. This is a mess. That is an actual mess. So we'll park that. That needs work. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's great for her to, like, be able to make money. Let's see. I feel like this is going to be real bad. Looks like it's actually not terrible. Alright, sounds good, Fluffy. I'll be here till 6 my time, so what, another hour and 20 minutes? Shit. Well, I guess these air bubbles are fine. I mean, they're not fine, but... Did I just forget to add vents to this? Is that really a thing that I did? Like I made a critical error when I made this and I just didn't notice till just now. Oh, I see. I just didn't put the, I didn't cut the vent all the way through to the top. I don't even know where she posts at. I don't, like, follow her anywhere. I just know she exists in the world. Oh, okay. I might check it out later, you know, for science. She seems like a total loon, so probably are hilarious. So this needs... So there's an air pocket right there. I gotta fix... I feel like these are a little soft to be pulling out right now, but I really want to see how they look. Not bad. It's not awesome, but it's not bad. I mean, now I realize there's like a critical error I gotta fix. Stuff still isn't set up. It's like gonna take a while. The parts are so thin. But this is what I really wanted to see, was the top. This particular part was a big problem on the previous mold. These things did not want to come out without defects. But this looks a lot better. Oh damn. Yeah, we don't get too many storms here in the desert. Every now and then, we were supposed to get, so they have monsoon season here. So like, colder, lots of heavy rain, light flooding. But, you know, because the climate's screwed up, we didn't really get any rain this year. It's rained like twice. Yeah, it is really weird when it's like that. I used to live in on the other side of the country. Fluffy lives in this city I used to live in, and it's like one of the snowiest places in the U.S. But it's been like really warm there lately, which is very strange. See if I can push this thing out of here. Oh yeah. Alright, so I gotta cut through that venting. That should be... Looks like it. I did cut it in, but it's not like there. The cocaine thumb? Sure. Hey, he can make whatever life choices he wants with that thumb. Alright, I gotta cut a piece out of this. So it needs like a proper vent. Oh, this guy? It's probably just the angle, like being overhead like that. Yeah, it's probably the angle. I know like the overhead's not really optimal. I just don't have like a better way right now. So you get the overhead. Okay, so that does vent out there. Alright. I'm gonna cut this guy out. No, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about my feelings, it's fine. Alright, that should be good. Should be better. Oh, it actually has a place to go. No, never. Never. But never is a long time, so who knows? So these things didn't have like anywhere to vent to when I made the first cast, so I'm trying to fix that. Well, I mean they do have vents, but they don't actually go to the top, which was a mistake. Those moments where I remember I'm not ambidextrous. Alright, that should be good. Alright, that should pretty much solve the issue. Pretty much solve the issue. Ugh. Alright, that should be good. Alright, so that's pretty much fine. I need to add some outer layers, but I can do that later. I don't need to do that now. Of course. PayPal's the worst. Like, the actual worst. Yeah, I like don't love dealing with them. So like my store, I use like Stripe for the payments, but then I had to turn on PayPal so that I could accept payments from like people outside the US. So I'm like, I'm not real comfortable with this, but I don't think I have a choice. Because I also don't know how to get Stripe to accept payments from outside the US. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Alright, so this is all scrap. This is a little excess because... Oh, that's right. This is the one that needs to be, I need the sides to be closed. This thing's a mess. But it doesn't matter, because it's just a scrap cast. Weird. I wonder if I don't know. I mean, maybe the donation is like somehow different because there's like not a product to be, you know, shipped or potentially like defective or whatever. So maybe they use that as an excuse to like, not an excuse, but like why they can clear a donation fast and not a purchase. I don't know. I'm just like trying to guess at what it could be. Yeah, right? And that's like not even the worst horror story that I've heard about PayPal or them holding funds. I used to sell on Amazon and like I'd read horror stories in the seller forums about like people saying that Amazon suspended their account and then like just held all their money. And they were like, "What do I do?" And so I'm like, "I don't know, bro. Sorry, can't help you." Call the Bez and see what he'll do for you. Weird. I have had to call PayPal in the past, and it is not easy to get like their phone number. And then they've got to have like European phone numbers because I obviously just tracked down the US one. But if you can call them, it might be worth doing because like I got like action when I called them. So I think there was like a funding issue, and I had to call them to get it resolved. Why am I trimming this? It's a scrap cast. What am I doing? Oh yeah, that makes sense. That they'd make you jump through more hoops. Of course, because they suck. It's like, weren't they supposedly like their own company again, but somehow they're still like up eBay's butt? I don't know the inner workings of their relationship. Since I don't sell on eBay too often. Oh, is it? There's something turned on? I'll have to check. Because I didn't think I had anything set, but I also like left a lot of stuff on default. So it might just be on and I hadn't like thought to turn it off. Yeah, I'll disable it like after I get off stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I obviously don't have any experience with that, so I don't know. I've only dealt with the US side of it. Which is still a pain since they like make it really hard to contact them. They do not want to get on the phone with you if they don't have to. Alright, so these guys need to like finish curing. I guess I can keep this. Just go into the scrap bin. All this shit can go in there too. Should probably just let that air out. Alright, so these are... I gotta wait for these to finish curing before I can actually test fit them. So that's your chat delay for me? 6 seconds? Well, that's good. I'm glad it's, like, better. I want to try to get an Ethernet connection working, so hopefully that'll, like, be even better. I have to use, like, power over Ethernet, so it's not set up yet. I think, I just gotta mess with it. I keep forgetting. So I, like, check it before I get on stream, and I'm like, oh, it's, like, self-assigned IP. I guess I'm not doing that today. Oh yeah, the chat coming up on the video is definitely delayed. Because it's going through Streamlabs. So I can get that, like, transparent overlay. Alright, this is better. I guess I can add another layer onto this. That's what I have. I got this guy, this guy, this guy. That's a test cast. This guy could use a little bit of work. This is still kind of drying. I guess I should work on this guy since he's like the oldest. Clean up my space just a little bit before I start doing more stuff. So all the bits. Okay. What's that? Later. Where's the clay? I'll do a little bit more of this stuff, see if I can make some progress on these. No Probalo. I'm just gonna add another layer to all these guys here. That's like my favorite, when somebody like, you know, he like makes you a deal and backs out and then like puts it back up later because he couldn't sell it. It's like, you idiot, you deserve it. I had like the opposite thing happen where like I was watching a figure. I was watching this guy because he's got like a different body style. So I want to do those later. But like, so I watched it and he like sent me an offer and it was like $20 and I was like, no, that's too much. Because I'm a cheap ass. Oops, that's the wrong lid. And so I just like ignored it, and then he came back a couple more times, like over like a month, and kept like lowering the offer. Eventually it got to 10, so I was like, all right, I'll buy that for 10. Because like, I'm just gonna take it apart anyway, so like I don't want to pay a lot for it when I'm just gonna break it into parts to then like mold, you know. So I definitely don't want to pay a lot. I don't want to pay collector prices for something I'm gonna destroy. Shit. I guess I really only have to work with this stuff with gloves on when I'm doing the initial like mixing and layering it on. I don't know if I actually need to score this or not. I guess it can't hurt. Yeah, fuck that guy. Alright, now I can start building up this top edge. Now that it's like kind of defined here, well, I have this base layers on, I can start building this up. So it's gonna go like that, right? That's probably still a little big, but that's fine. That's fine. So this needs to be out a little bit more. But the bottom part can be, so that's okay. So this needs to be like a bigger edge. Well, this needs like a flange around the edge. Trying to smush it and get it to work. Better for less is always better. Get you some. Ugh, that's sloppy. Very sloppy. I need to put this thing in like a I don't know, some kind of mount or something to hold it up once I start building this thing out. Sure. We'll be here. Well, I'll be here at least. For another 50 minutes. Just trying to extend this out because I gotta like make this thing thicker in some places before I can start like raising it up into a cuff looking thing. This stuff is like very soft right now. It's very soft. Dang it. Blend together, you dirty beast. Maybe I just gotta use like something like this to get it started. Start blending it, and then I can like form it with my fingers. Yeah. That's better. It's where it's like, it behaves like clay, but not like clay. Is it like kind of blends together, but then it breaks apart? And really, I gotta try to just get like the basic form. And then I worry about like the refining the shape. It's like a little weird to slap a bunch of it on and then have to like wait an hour and a half to like mess with it again. But that's better, it's like getting there. Alright, I guess we're just gonna leave that like that. I guess I can just push it down to get it flat. And we'll do the same here. Get our test feet Actually, I should slap this guy's arms back on so that he stays together. Don't break. That would look very bad. So it still needs to be like the same thing. It just needs to go like, it needs like a big flap around the edge before I can start going up. And this stuff is newer, so it's like even softer than the others, than this. It's even like coming off right there. Oh, I should actually try using these tools that I bought. I have like not even thought to use them. That's not gonna work. This one might be better. Because these are like, I was using these on like the clay I put up around the mold, the stuff I just got recently. And it worked pretty well. So they kind of like act like your fingers because they're soft, but because they're shaped, they're like more precise. I don't know why I didn't think of this till just now. Because I'm a dummy, that's why. And sometimes my brain don't work so good. So I got that one. I got this flat one. Yeah. I'm kind of new to these things too. I just got them recently. So I'm kind of learning how to use them. And what I have done with them, I like them so far, but I'm still kind of learning. Well, I'm not kind of learning, I am learning. I keep smashing the sides. Gotta stop doing that. It would be nice if there was a way I could like speed up the curing, but I cannot. Oh, come on, stop pulling off. Stuff seems to help a little bit, like spreading it around. I assume this is like petroleum based, so it probably reacts to that a little bit. The epoxy, not the petroleum jelly. Clearly that's petroleum based. Clearly? I don't know. Is it clear? I'm not sure if I've got clearance on this or not. Well, whatever. I'll grind it down later if I don't. just trying to define like the general shape of what I need here. These are supposed to be like boot-like, so they need to have this like raised cuff, so it's going to cover the joint, so you won't see like the seam. So I'm trying to just build like the volume so that it's at least the right shape, and then I can worry about going vertical and defining like that actual shape. I actually haven't sculpted as much as I would have liked over the years, so kind of learning it as I go. That's not the right one. Oh my God. And I just tore a big chunk of it off. And this material is like, I'm not really that good at using it, so that's also like a thing I'm learning. It does seem pretty strong once it's dried though, which is nice. So I keep like screwing up the stuff I've just fixed. So there's really nowhere to like hold on to it where I'm not putting pressure somewhere I don't want to. I see the appeal of this material. It's like better than a clay in some ways, that it's stronger and you don't have to bake it or fire it or whatever. But it also means you have to wait like an entire day for it to do its thing. Kind of feeling it works so well, you know. I guess it depends how long you've been awake. That's why I like to embrace the max bid. I'm just like, this is what I want to pay for this. I either get it or I don't. And I don't have to like wait for it, you know. I mean, I get the excitement of waiting for it. And like seeing that you got it for the price you wanted to pay. Or getting that last bid in. But if I like watch it, if I watch it, yeah, that's fair. Because I've seen that happen too. I'll set a max bid, and I'll come back, you know, and see the auction the next day, and it's like it closed for like $1 over what I put as my max bid. So that's a little annoying. But it's also like a slippery slope, you know, because if the other person that's bidding is in the same position where they're like, oh, I'll just pay another $1, and then like, you know, 10 bids later, it's $10 more instead of 1. And sometimes I don't have the like self-control to stop bidding, so I kind of just like make my bid and then stick to it. That way I don't spend too much money. Yeah, I mean, 10's not a lot if you're buying like, you know, a $300 card. $10 isn't that much. But I was just kind of making like an example of stuff that I've run into and how I've ended up overpaying. But that's just me, and we're different people. I just want you to be rounded and not pulled away from the side like that. Thank you. Stop. Alright, I'm trying to do too much. I gotta just keep it simple. God damn it. Don't fall over either. Oh, my back. I'm like leaning forward too much. This space is very cramped. Ow. So it causes me to like hunch, which is not good for my back. It's like right in the middle of my spine. Oh, it's so sore. Yeah, 760 is way better than 850. Even just building up the front of this thing is like helping. A better, oh, there's the round one. This is the one I really like. This thing was doing work the other day. This thing is like using my finger. It's really good. It's like just rounded enough, but then it's got this like sharp edge on it, which is nice. Fuck. Then I do that and screw it up. What the? God damn it! What the fuck just happened? Am I offline again? Or did I just crash my Twitch app? Was I just cursing at no one? Because it looks like, I don't know if my internet flickered or what's going on. Okay, so I was like, God damn it, at no one. Yeah, because my Twitch app on my iPad and my Spotify both like died. So maybe it was just a device error. Okay. Well, that's good, I guess. I was worried. Because the other day, at the end of my last stream, because Fluffy was on, and at the end, my partner, she like, we have like some stuff turned off at a switch on the wall downstairs. So she like came in and flipped that switch by accident. So it killed my stream because it cut off the internet. So I was less than pleased about that, but at least it was like at the end. So there was like really nothing important that was like lost. So I thought something similar just happened, but I guess not. Because our internet's weird sometimes, and it'll just like go out randomly. So I thought that's what happened. Good to know that it didn't. I can be less furious at Cox internet. I guess this stuff is hardening up. I don't think I've been working with it that long. It's like less mushy than it was. So I guess that's good. That's great. I'm looking forward to it coming to Arizona because we have like pretty crappy choices for internet here, which we shouldn't. We should have better ones, but this is a dumb Republican state, so I mean, I don't know if that's a factor or not, but you know, I might as well blame it on it because why not? But if they start doing like decently priced 5G, you know, internet, then I might just switch to that and just ditch like traditional cable internet. I just don't know if when it's going to be available here. Because like there's like cell-based internet now, but it's like very expensive and it's very like slow. Well, not slow so much as it's like you have like a small amount of data you can use. So it's dumb. Can you stop? Can you stop? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like my speed's okay, but it's like my up speed sucks and my internet's expensive. So I don't like either of those things. I mean, it's 5 megabits up, which is like fine, I guess, but I'd prefer something better. Because like I keep my stream bit rate at 13 or 1500 what bits or whatever kilobits per second. Mine's set to 1500 because I'm like I don't trust our internet to like perform, so I just keep it low instead. That's not too bad. Yeah, I would love to pay whatever the equivalent of 70 euros is in US to because I'm paying 85 USD for like I don't know okay internet, but it's not like great. Some markets have better internet, just not me. Okay, so you're paying about the same, but yours is objectively better, which is about par for the course for the US. That you know the same thing elsewhere is better. trying to use up the rest of this stuff before it like gets too hard. Seems like it's getting close to being set up. Yeah, definitely fluffy. It's very subpar to the rest of the world. Yeah, I had Fios back in Buffalo. I was paying $50 a month for I think it went up to 50 down, 50 up, because I started at 25 because I didn't think I would need like, you know, more. And it was pretty awesome. Can't get anything even close to that here. This black epoxy is so hard to see. Like, it's hard to see the detail. I didn't actually realize it was black when I bought it. It was all they had, so I just took it. Can't tell if this is... Eyes need work. Yeah, that's what I had. I had fiber. It was amazing. And I had slow fiber too. Like 25, 25, then 50, 50, and it was great. Barely ever went down. It was cheap. Not anymore. Shitty cable internet. That's all I got now. Yeah, that's totally right, Fluffy. It's like there's no incentive. They don't they're not going to charge more because they're already charging an obscene amount. So like they can just do nothing and keep like gouging us on price and never upgrade their infrastructure. And no one's like forcing them because they've like gotten laws passed to prevent municipalities from installing like, you know, city internet and offering it as a utility. So they've managed to keep like prevent innovation from other companies too, which is the worst part. It's like you don't want to update, fine, but like don't get in the way of someone else who wants to. Yeah, we lead in IT, but then we trail in everything else, which is a cruel, sad irony. Just trying to use up the last of this stuff before it gets too firm to like spread around. It seems like it's close to being a little too set. And this guy's face I've been like slowly working on, because sculpting faces is hard. I'm just shaping the head, so this is like a resin cast head. So it started off looking like this guy's head, and then I carved it down and I put the eyes in. So the green is it's this other putty from Games Workshop called Green Stuff. It's similar. It's two parts. You mix it together. Yep, they all hit the gym a lot. So yeah, he looks kind of like a zombie, but he's not. He's just in progress. I'm trying different sculpting materials, and so that's kind of why there's like a mishmash of different stuff. These are all He-Man guys. That's where they're originally from. I don't know. I'm looking at the bit rate, and I don't think it's moving. I'm gonna refresh the page and see if it helps. It could be acting up, I'm not sure. Shit. Yeah, it looks like it dropped. God damn it, what is going on? I don't know, it might be me. I can't really tell. At least not right now. Yeah, that'd be the worst, right? It's like you can make one more bid and then it cuts out. I can't tell. I think the it says excellent, but I mean it's not updating either, so I can't really tell. The app doesn't show me as offline yet. So it might just be a fluctuation. I've been like concerned that it's gonna just like drop one day in the middle of a stream. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I just feel like that's my luck and it would happen. It'll happen when I have like peak viewers. I'll get like more than I've ever gotten and it'll like drop. Just as a nice like FU to me from the world. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can stay on all the way through the auction. I mean, Beck's feeling better now. It was pretty sore earlier. It's mostly like I want to be able to keep busy if I'm going to be here, and this like stuff I gotta wait so long for it that I don't know what I can do in the meantime. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to stay that long. Yeah, definitely let me know next time if I'm not able to stick around. because now I'm very invested in your auction. Let's see, what do I have I can work on? I guess I can mess with this guy a little bit. See how he's looking. That's a pretty good alignment. That's like almost dead center. I ran out of clay. Shit, I could have used some of that on him, on that hand. But, let's see. I guess I can score this a little bit, because I gotta carve some of this down anyway, so maybe I'll do that. That's something I can do before I wrap up. At least get this prepped for next time. Sorry, it's a little screechy. I want this to be like close to the width of the arm, but I want it to be a little bit thinner because I gotta like put on the black epoxy clay, so I need a little bit of room to build that up. Good, because like it's loud for me because I'm right in front of it, and I worry that things are too loud for you guys because sudden loud screechy sounds aren't like awesome to hear when you don't expect it. So, but I'm glad the audio has been good lately. Like when I run equipment and things, it's not too annoying on your guys' end. Alright, awesome. Thanks for hanging out, Fluffy. And we'll see you next time. Alright, let's see. Where's the brush? See how that looks now. That's better. It's like could be taken off a little more on the side here so I can file down the outside. The inside looks good. So it's really just like this upper portion. I'll do a little bit more of that. And that should be close to ready for next time. Whether the next time is tomorrow or Monday. Alright, that should be better. Sometimes the air hose is just faster. It's a pretty good size fit. How are these things doing? Better? Could probably test fit these. Need a flat cylindrical grinder for this thing. I guess it doesn't really matter which one. Stupid gloves. I made like a change with these hands, the way that I molded them, putting these like crosses on top here, because it was like a problem area in the past, so I'm curious, but they seem to come out pretty well, so I'm curious how well it fits. This looks better than like the first batch that I made. So I'm pretty excited that these are like in really nice shape. I'm not the greatest dancer. Yeah, that's not a great fit. It's not bad though. I think they're still pretty soft. Do I have another hand I can use? Another arm? No. Let me try this guy. Yeah, I think it's just... it's too soft. I guess I can try this side. Sure, go for it. I've seen a lot of artists using magnets. That's like, for these, that's not a bad idea though. For these like little parts, I was thinking about magnets for like backpacks and stuff, and even like armor and things like that, like helmets. Put like a magnet in the head, so then you can like snap a helmet onto it, and it like will always fit. So I definitely am like where you're at with the magnets. I was just thinking about using them like in different areas. Yeah, that's a better fit. Yeah, no, I feel you. That makes sense. These are actually a joint that someone else made up. It's called Glyos, Glys, and they make these like little tiny 3-inch tall guys that like they only use this peg and socket joint, and they use that for like everything. So I like kind of borrowed that for these. I think part of it's the resin I'm using here. It's like my amounts might have been off just a little bit, because these are still like a little soft and they should be very hard. But it also might just be that they're not fully cured yet and I'm just kind of rushing it. Well, yeah, I was using these because, like, you know, you can like snap them together and stuff. I guess like it's worth considering like how I would I might have to like either put a hole there or drill out for the magnet. Yeah. It's definitely something I'm thinking about for like other parts. It's a good suggestion though. Other artists are definitely doing that, so like you're in the right ballpark. Most of the people that do figures like this, they do magnets. I'm the weirdo that's not doing them. I'm doing all these like complex pegs and stuff, and they're all doing just magnets. Yeah, I feel you. It makes sense from like an efficiency point of view. Like part of my thing is that the ones that I'm doing, I want them to be compatible with like the original ones from the 80s. So like you could take parts from mine and like put them onto an old figure, or put parts from an old figure and put them onto mine. So I'm trying to find like a middle ground. So that's why I was thinking about doing that with magnets, like doing a later body where there was like a magnet set into the back that's just on the inside, so you can like snap stuff onto the back or onto the front or onto the head. So like it's definitely something I'm thinking about. I'm also using like copies of these joints, so I have to I gotta work on them a little bit as far as like refining them so they're a bit cleaner, so they have like a better, like a more snug fit. So that's like little refinements that I'm making over time. Well, I think I'm actually gonna bounce here soon, so I'm feeling a little tired. So I don't think I can make it through the auction, unfortunately. You see, once they get harder, they like fit better. These guys, these are too new. They're still like soft. Yeah, definitely let me know. I want to know what happened. Alright, well, I'm gonna get going, so thanks for hanging out again, as usual. And I'll be back on Monday. See you then.